It's common for close political races to remain undecided even after election night. Still, Republican Senator Ted Cruz recently singled out big cities for causing delays in ballot counting. Paul Spey checks that claim for PolitiFact.
Across the U.S., are big cities the only places that don't count all the votes on election night? Well, that's what Senator Ted Cruz suggested in a recent tweet. You can see he said, "Why is it only Democratic cities that take days to count their votes while the rest of the country manages to get it done on election night?" And this is pretty misleading. For one, it stands to reason that cities might be slower than rural areas in counting votes because they have more votes to count. And it doesn't really help that places like Pennsylvania, they prohibit ballot counting until election day, meaning they can't even get a head start on counting early votes or mail-in ballots. So no state is done on election day. You might see places post their unofficial results, but those are preliminary and subject to review. Now, Cruz had a point about some cities being slow in 2020. You can see that on election night, the pace of ballot counting in Detroit, Atlanta, and Milwaukee trailed the pace of their respective states overall. But this trend is not universal. While Milwaukee fell behind Wisconsin's pace as a whole, Madison, the capital city, was way ahead, as you can see here, in counting its votes. Meanwhile, in Texas and Florida, major Democratic cities like Austin, Dallas, and Miami all outpaced their state's counting rate on election night. So some cities are slower than others on election night, to be sure, but that's not always the case, and Cruz overlooks other factors that might affect the ballot counting process. That's why the Truth Meter rates his claim mostly false. Read our full story at WRAL.com.